Come on, Caspian, it's time. Here you go, buddy. Here's your goods. Here's your little scratchy house. Where's my coffee? All right, let's do this. Morning, everybody. Caspian's ready. Let's get into it. Have you ever met someone who always leads with the worst thing going on in their life? Doesn't matter what you ask. How's it going? What's new? They come out swinging with the disaster. It's like they're trying to prove their bad news is the only news that matters. I'm not judging. I remember being that guy. There was a stretch where if you asked me how I was doing, you were getting the full weather report of misery, whether you wanted it or not. A Caspian. I had a friend early on who used to say to me, I've got good news and I got bad news. I'd brace myself. And he'd say, the good news is there's a solution. The bad news is we're your new best friends. Ha! Took me a while to actually laugh at that one. The whole habit of leading with the wound, of making the crisis the main character, has a name that's older than any of us. Emmett Fox called it being a tragedy queen. He wrote that when things go seriously wrong, there's a strong pull to cast yourself in the tragic role, to feel deeply injured, even embittered. And here's the part that stings a little. He says that doing this doesn't help you fix anything. It actually makes it harder to get things right. Fox describes the old stage archetype, the tragedy queen, stalking around in heavy black, wearing an air of injured innocence, never actually trying to fix the situation, just performing the damage. And he points out something sharp. He always comes to a sad end, or she. Not because tragedy struck her, because she chose the role and stayed in it. He calls self-pity a drug, not a metaphor, a drug. Something that feels like relief, feels like an escape from responsibility, but actually confuses your feelings, blinds your reasoning, and hands your whole state of mind over to whatever's happening around you. Then he gives the instruction plainly. Don't be a tragedy queen, man or woman. Doesn't matter, he says. It's not about gender. It's about a mental outlook. No matter what happens, refuse to take it tragically. Refuse the crown of martyrdom. And if you can't laugh at yourself, which he calls the best medicine there is, and I happen to agree, then at least try to handle it objectively, like it happened to somebody else. And then the line that's worth sitting with. To be tragic is to accept defeat. To refuse to be tragic is to affirm victory. I think about that friend's dumb joke. The bad news is we're your new best friends, and I think that's actually the antidote in disguise. He wasn't dismissing what I was going through. He was refusing to let me stay in the black dress, stalking around the stage of my own life. He handed me somewhere to go next. That's the difference, I think, between processing pain and performing it. Processing it moves you somewhere. Performing it just keeps the spotlight on you. I'm not saying don't tell people when things are hard. I'm saying watch whether you're reaching for the truth or reaching for the role. There's a difference between this is what's happening to me and I need help, and this is who I am now. Fox ends the chapter with the line I want to leave you with. God in me is stronger than anything I have to meet. He's not saying the problem isn't real. He's saying you're not outmatched by it. The trouble still has to be met. You're just not required to hand it the crown. So just for today, folks, when something goes wrong, and something will, I'm going to notice if I'm reaching for the black dress. If I catch myself halfway into the monologue, I'm going to ask somebody or ask myself, okay, tell me something good that's going on. Caspian, where'd you go? You've never worn a black dress in your life, have you? Completely unbothered. All right, everybody, that's it for this morning. See you tomorrow. Stay cool out there.